Hi, I'm Juju Chang, and I am so happy, thrilled, in fact, to be back here on American Graduate Day. Our final hour is devoted to career and college readiness, and we're beginning with an organization that's been so important in my life and the lives of so many young people. It was pivotal, in fact. When I was a kid, Junior Achievement came into my life and showed me truly how to dream big. It was founded back in 1919, and they currently work with more than 4 million students across the U.S. through more than 200,000 volunteers. The JA Company program gives students hands-on experience creating and running real companies. The company program teaches students to be entrepreneurs and helps them learn how to navigate to business success. So here to discuss the JA Company program is Greg White of the Northern California JA chapter, as well as recent graduate Joseph Fortuno. Thank you both for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
I feel like this is the JA learning circle right here. But Greg, tell us about the company program. How do kids learn from that?
Absolutely. The JA Company program is an entrepreneurial program that we offer to middle and high school students. It essentially teaches them the necessary skills on how to create, staff, and market a JA company, our new business. So they take it from the ground up, and we staff that with our JA personal staff as well as volunteers that come in and teach the students. And we serve about 4,000 students across the Bay Area through specifically the JA program.
And they build companies and products and sell and learn through hands-on experience.
That's correct, yeah.
Absolutely. And yet there's also a classroom component of JA that's also incredibly valuable too.
Absolutely. So we do take business professionals from all walks of life and all different companies and train them to teach our programs and deliver that in the K through 12 school system. So it's really fantastic.
And Joseph, I know that the folks at JA call you the couch to CEO student. You're a shining example of what JA can do. Tell me about that. What's the couch?
Well, the couch is a symbol of what I was going through before Junior Achievement and I crossed paths. I was one of those students who really didn't care about what I was doing in high school. I was like, I can survive with a 2.0 GPA. Maybe I'll go to community college. Maybe I'll take a 4-year. I don't know. But a pivotal part of my life was actually becoming homeless. So when I was 17, my mother decided that the Bay Area was not the place for her anymore. And she gave me the decision to stay or to go with her. And Hercules is my home, and I decided to stay in Hercules. And because I was so stubborn, I was actually homeless, and that's when Junior Achievement found me.
So you were literally surfing couches when you joined JA, and then you became a CEO. Tell me about the company that you led.
Well, Junior Achievement approached me to run a company called Urban Movement. And Urban Movement is a company that me and my friends actually run. I say friends, but really what they are is family. We created this atmosphere around Hercules High School's Academy of Hospitality and International Tourism, and we actually made this cookbook, which is a cookbook encyclopedia hybrid.
Which I happen to have here, surprise, surprise, called Urban Dishes.
Urban Dishes.
And it has everything from chicken dishes to bread, sausage, sauerkraut.
And what we wanted to do was redefine what it was like to have a cookbook. So it's a cookbook encyclopedia hybrid in a way that it doesn't only have recipes, but it also has the spices, medicinal information, geographical information, folklore, history, and we wanted it to be a highlight because we're a culinary department. And
a play on the word urban.
Yep.
Urban. And so we have a first ever American Graduate Taste Test. Tell us a little bit about this recipe.
This is the Irish soda bread. We tested this from Urban, we tested this with a focus group, actually. Before we wanted to put whatever recipes we wanted on the book, we decided that we're going to test out the recipes that were written entirely by students and also developed by students to a focus group. So
it's really tasty, both sweet and savory. It's awesome. So Greg, tell me, you help coordinate events, speaking events, as well as competitions for Joseph. It made a big difference, right?
Absolutely, and we definitely like to highlight some of our success stories, and Joseph was a perfect example of that. So we have him come and speak about his story and share that information with some of our participants and sponsors to really tie our mission in to why they're there at our events.
I know for me, when I was in Junior Achievement, I competed nationally. I know you did as well. How did it go?
It was amazing. I was at the I was at the Washington National Student Leadership Summit, and me and my family, like I want to say, Mahal, Angelica, Tiffany and Gabby. We really bonded through the years we've been together, and because of all the hard work we did, we donated 40% of everything we made to the California Autism Foundation and Free the Children, where we were able to buy a family in Kenya school supplies, farm animals, and a lifelong supply of clean water. And through that, we were able to win the Microsoft Social Innovation Award, which is what we really stood for.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I know that JA impacted your grades and the trajectory truly of your life. How big an impact do you think it had?
Honestly, if Junior Achievement didn't, appear in my life the time that it should, and it did, I would still probably be that kid who didn't have any motivation. Junior Achievement really taught me that anyone, even if you're surfing between your friends' couches, can make it, and now I'm in New York City and here with you. So I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Junior Achievement and for people like Greg who really want to help kids.
And Greg, for the people who helped people like Joseph and me along the way, how can people get involved?
Absolutely. So you can definitely connect with your local chapter. We have chapters all across the nation. But I also recommend talking to your corporation and your company that you work for. Much of our participation comes from volunteers out of specific organizations, as well as funding.
And I have to say, for me, like a kid from a struggling immigrant family, to be able to see somebody in the corporate world have us take them into their offices, that made a big difference on me. It must have for you too, right,
Yeah,
Joseph?
it did actually. Last year, I was with the San Francisco CEO Giants, Larry Baer, at the Business Times Most Admired CEO Awards, and that was when I was starting to bond with my new officers. So that was a really pivotal time for us too.
It really begins to open your horizons and
Yeah,
see that there's a
definitely.
whole world out there. Well, congratulations. It sounds like you're taking it by storm.
I am.
Good luck in college.
Thank you.
And I suspect we'll hear more from you, Joseph. And thanks, Greg, for traveling all this way.
Absolutely.
It was fantastic. It's wonderful to see how JA continues to play out in your lives and continues to make a difference in young lives all across the country. And it's so important for young students like Joseph to think about their futures. So whether it's with the program like Junior Achievement or even through your loved ones, talk to a student, tell them about your work experience, give them encouragement.